How's it going, everybody? I am the Donut. This is the Thermite.
Yeah.
This is the Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards, and trans rights supporting channel.
Damn.
If you're not supporting that, jump in the pit and die. This is Miss Marvel, Season 1, Episode 3, Destined.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so Generation Y was the first one, then we got Crushed, Destined. I wonder if it's going to be like an ED title for the rest of them.
I could see that.
At the end or something. But yeah, Destined, pretty straightforward. She is destined for these powers. We got the whole fate stuff going on. We got the family lineage sort of situation. Maybe not even a family lineage, because Haram.Kamran, his mother, is also connected to this stuff.
I feel so bad if he's a good guy.
That's the only way I can remember it. But yeah, because his mom is connected to it, maybe it's not like a family lineage, more like a cultural sort of thing. I mean, it's giving me very much so vibes of the, one for all thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. But it's only one person each time. Like, assumingly, the grandmother. Or the great-grandmother. But yeah.
Pretty straightforward.
Check out the link in the description to get the reaction. Here we go. Okay, so last episode, as we were saying, what's going to be like the plot,
Yeah.
We're about to get that, and boy, do we get that.
We sure did.
Yeah. So, we set up the whole, there's good gens, there's evil gens, and everything like that, but that also feels very black and white still.
I mean...
But at the same time...
Like, as the Imam of the mosque said, good is not a thing you are, it is a choice. Which I think is, especially relevant for Jinn, because, Jinn are fire spirits, there's kind of automatically evil, in a, almost D&D sense, but for reality, it is the, that's just what they are.
So there's been more, good Jinn, stuff throughout, pop culture now, though. It's becoming more popular. But yeah, I mean, you also, same thing with, the evil is not a thing you are, it's a thing you do.
Yeah.
And she's clearly doing some evil things. I mean, the fact that they're just going to go in here and kill this whole mosque full of people.
Yeah, and, they don't have, how do I put it? Just the visceralness of it. It's the idea that they were probably just going to pull out the weapons and physically hit them.
Yeah, just literally beat them to death.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, and again, we go into the whole, the mom having, when her and the father first came to America and, finding the mosque as their, family, as their home and everything like that. And then the Jinns are like, we've come here from another place, and this is not our home. These are not our people. I don't care. Fuck them. We'll kill them all as long as we can go home. It's, way more about, home is the people that you surround yourself with and the people who love you, rather than, no, my home is literally this place in another dimension, and if I'm not there, fuck everybody else.
Yeah. I love the family stuff in this episode. Even that is the contrast of, Kamala's learning about these, this new group of people that she is a part of, and going okay, maybe this is my family. And then this happens, and it's oh, fuck me, this is my family. Oh no. And going into the whole family stuff, I was very worried about how we were going to, what, Kamran was going to be like. He seemed very suspicious and seemed very, willing to take a lot of risks, so I'm glad that we're now seeing that he's willing to take risks for himself. He's a very I'll go in and fight these people. I'm gonna protect Brian. but he's not willing to put Kamala at risk. He's not willing to put Bruno at risk. So I was very worried about how we were going to extend. So, that even he might be the worst one, even in the family or something like that. But and even up until the text message where he was it's fine, focus on the wedding, that was the solidifying, okay, we can trust this guy. Yeah, so. And it's very interesting that we have, him, his mom, and then some other people. We're just, also here. Do you guys have any relation beyond just, like, you know, like, how did this happen? Did you just get, like, sucked through a Loki hole or something?
Yeah, and like now I'm even more curious how, you know, they met. Like even in the other dimension, like how they all, like how they met with what's the great grandma's name?
Aisha.
Aisha. Yeah, like how did they meet with her? 'Cause, and is she like, you know, a person that does good, or is she a person that does evil as well?
And also, it's been like 100 years, so is this a situation of where they changed, or like they're getting more desperate? Like, especially with the "we have to do it now." Is that just a impatient situation, or is there an actual like cosmic reason for that?
And like it didn't seem like, you know, the severed arm with the bangle. Like they didn't like like the fact that it was on a severed arm.
Yeah.
Like they didn't seem to recognize that. The bangle they know about, but like if that was literally Shiva or something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I imagine it would have to be like a Kree or something.
Yeah, I was thinking we could do Kree. Yeah. Especially if, like, we're gonna do an Inhumans-esque situation here, and, like, spirit in some way.
I don't know what you mean by that, but... Okay. I don't know what that means, but... I'm not deep enough into the Inhumans lore to know.
I was thinking of it as just a, like... You know, this is a part human, part, like, you know, from somewhere else thing.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Like, not at all actually Inhumans, but if they're trying to do a sort of adaptation in some sense.
I mean, I could see this as just being the Ten Rings killed Shiva, and then they just show up here and are like, what happened here? But, like, it just feels like... That would be one hell of... I mean, they could also do the, oh, by the way, Shiva was just a Kree. But that feels weird to do.
That feels weird to do. I don't think they would do that.
Yeah.
Especially in a world with real gods. It would be less sacrilegious to be like, we did kill a god.
Yeah.
But the gods are real.
So, yeah, I'm not sure what to think about that.
Yeah. Like, also, as the last, like, are we doing something with this thing? Like, Captain Marvel has some power bands.
Okay.
I feel like that could also be a, like, you know, maybe these are, like, alien in origin, or maybe they are, like, dimensional in origin. Maybe we're doing something there.
Yeah. I mean, this was a tomb that we were in.
Yeah.
Also, like, you know, the reason why I didn't think Kree is just because it's such an old hand. It's very wrinkled. It's very thin. Probably because it's a dead hand.
Yeah.
But, like...
I mean, it's looking really good for a dead hand.
Yeah, that's also, you know... but yeah, that's when we go, like, it doesn't look like any of the Kree, you know, stuff we've seen before. Where, like, they tend to be very muscular, very big, and very almost, like, immaculate. Like, almost like plastic, you know, sort of skin.
You raise a good point, yeah.
Way less human hand looking. But yeah, the Ten Rings, you know, were also, like... They were supposedly, you know, international and everything like that, though we didn't really see much of that in the actual Shang-Chi movie. But, like, yeah, this is 3 rings, right?
Or 10?
Or 10 rings. Oh, I say 3.
Yeah.
This is 10 rings.
It is 10 rings.
Yeah. But...
We don't know if it's the 10 rings.
I mean, it also has the, like...
The cross there, yeah.
Well, you know, not the cross from the 10 rings or anything, but, like, it has the, what are those weapons? You know, it's got like a hook on the end, and it's got like a moon-shaped thing on the bottom. It's a classic Indian weapon, but I'm not sure what it's called. But yeah, so that, you know, this does seem to be, you know, an Indian tomb.
Yeah.
Also, like the whole, like, when we're looking at it from above, it's like a tube sort of thing that they're in, which kind of looks a little bit like a bangle maybe as well. Like,
I could see that.
Like, I was thinking of it as like. They just knew that it was in this tomb in the resting place of X, Y, or Z. Yeah. But it could also be that, like, they are, you know, this is where they are supposed to be as well.
Maybe. Because, yeah, they didn't, like, they somehow figured out it was going to be here, but also this place has been looted a bunch of times, as they said.
Yeah.
So it's not a, like, immediate, they got here and then went, okay, let's go over there. They have to figure it out at some point.
And the bangle must not be worth much on its own.
Yeah. I mean,
or they just didn't see it because it was buried under all the sand.
Yeah. And also, there's 2 bangles.
Yeah. There's 2 bangles, and I thought they needed the second bangle to get back home, but now it seems like they're just like, the first one can get us back home. Fuck it. Let's try it.
I think that goes into the margin of error thing.
Really? Like, I thought that was because of the power.
Oh. Which power?
The power, like, the fact that we need primordial power in order to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's an incredible amount of power. So the margin of error goes from being tiny to being insane. Like, like there is a margin of error, but if that margin of error happens, we are essentially going to basically unleash the power of a sun on Earth.
Right.
Is what I assume this is going to be. But maybe that wouldn't be the case if we had two Bangles, but it seems like that's just what it's going to be, period. Like, it just seems like no one's even thinking about getting the second Bangle. They didn't even tell her about the second Bangle.
Fair.
They're just telling her straight up, you got to just do this with the one.
See, the way I was thinking of it was, they've been looking for the second Bangle. If they had both, like, the margin of error would be very slim.
It seems like they're looking for one of them. Like they had, since they had one here in this flashback, then they haven't until Kamala just got it again.
Yeah, like
also simply because the great grandmother knew and was like,
"Oh yeah,
you ain't getting this shit."
Oh yeah, I assume she stole it.
Yeah,
I imagine that also probably is, you know, again filtered through generations of talking about it. That's probably the big sin that she committed.
Yeah. But what do you mean she stole it?
I mean, I assume that's why she has it and the others don't.
Isn't that because she has it on and then she just they separate?
Yeah. Like I just mean, I assume that she didn't like then reach out to them and say, "Hey, I have it."
Okay, so like I see what you mean by it. I thought you meant like she then went and got it from. Did we get her the Kaman's mom's name even?
I don't know.
Yeah, so I think Najma is Kamran's mom.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I thought you were saying that she had stolen it from her, like she had gone back and got it at another point, but like
no. But yeah, like anyways, to recap what I think.
Yes.
I think that she took it. They were unable to find her. They've been looking for the other Bangle. They can't find it. They couldn't find this one either until Kamal activated it. And now they're like, all right, we can't find the other one. We're just going to use this one. And I think that's going to increase the margin of error.
Okay.
Like from something where it is like, if you have both, maybe it's, it's as easy as just going boom. Whereas, like, if they try and, like, hack it, essentially, I feel like that's going to be where the danger really comes from. The idea of it being like, we're using all this power, and also we're not using it correctly.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm going to say that I don't think the margin of error has anything to do with the one Bangle.
Okay.
Or if it does, it's really weird because they have, like, they don't know about that. So how would that come up in its calculations?
I mean, I thought he was just saying that as a general, like, if you're doing interdimensional shit, it's going to use a lot of energy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, how would he have the marginal error for only using one compared to both?
I mean, I don't think he calculated. I think he just said it's going to use a lot of power, and so I'm worried about it.
I guess, yeah. But yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with one Bangle.
Okay.
So Nakia got on the board.
Yeah.
Very glad that, was not a big, like, problem or anything like that.
Yeah, I was expecting that to be way more of a contentious thing. And so I'm really glad it wasn't.
Yeah.
And also, like, she immediately proved her worth in this episode. Via a clear, like, damage control rolls up, she immediately starts handling the situation.
Yeah.
Like, it felt very good. Because it's also not a, like, only she could have done it, but she is, she stepped up. It is that immediate, like, I'm rooting for her because I like her as a person, but also this is immediate, like, selling me on. It's like, oh yeah, hell yeah, you're already the best.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I really, really dig her as a character. It's very, very excited to see where we go with her. It's like, I like Bruno, but he's a bit too generic so far.
Oh yeah, he feels very budget Peter Parker to me.
Oh yeah. yeah. But yeah, I like him, but it's, he's the gag character. I like him as the funny white boy amongst everybody else. Like, he is just the awkward one.
Oh yeah, like the wedding scene I think really exemplifies it. Every time I've been to an Indian wedding, it is the big, like, you want people who are not, like, part of it to be a part of it. A, to be inclusive, and B, because it is funny and it is fun. It is the, like, oh yeah, you try this, let's see how you go, show me the moves.
Yeah, go white boy, go.
Yeah.
Oh, Brown Joey.
Oh yeah. Truly, my only disappointment with the wedding is that we didn't get Brown Jovi performing.
Yeah.
We did get a Bon Jovi song, but it was not them.
That should have been Brown Jovi singing it. Should have been. Bon Jovi is a singer. Every time I'm just like, oh, Bon Jovi, and then I hear a Bon Jovi song and I'm like, this is the greatest shit I've ever heard. Every time.
Like, also, it didn't really play into the fight itself, But I do think Living on a Prayer was such a good choice for the themes of the episode.
Yeah,
Like, it is literally a song about, we don't have any money, but we're doing this all for love. Like, we're gonna, take what we got and make it work somehow.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but... Yeah, it was very fitting. Like, it also, it felt very, like, out of nowhere in terms of, like, the music in the rest of the show is nothing like that.
Oh, no.
And this was, like, but they weren't even playing it like a comedy bit. It was more just like a, we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. I liked it, but it felt so strange.
Yeah, like, that's part of why I was so surprised that Brown Toby wasn't playing it. Like, even if it was a, like, they start playing it, and then they physically stop, but, like, the song keeps going or something like that.
Yeah.
Because they also, set it up before. It just, it was a real, like, this isn't bad, it does just feel, like, a little off. And so much of the series is so, like, specific in, like, the directing and the timing and the, like, just doing fun, weird stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, I think it also just hit because there's not a lot of old music in this show. It's all very modern music, so that was just like okay, we're doing a Bon Jovi song? It makes sense, but...
Yeah, like, this is the dad rock, but dad ain't even listen to it.
Yeah, I love all the celebrations we're getting in this. Like, so many. Like, even including AvengerCon in that as well. But, like, it's really showcasing the community of everything going on here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I just love how full of people all the scenes are all the time.
Yeah, like, this isn't a giant complaint for a series, but every once in a while a series will try to do community, and they won't sell me on the community. Like, just as a human being, I'll go, hell yeah, I'm glad that people are together, but then I'll watch a show and it's like, there's only 3 people in any shots.
Yeah.
I don't know, you're fighting for this community, but I haven't seen anyone help anyone with anything. And so it is.
Or you get, like, the, there's, like, the 3 major kind of characters in that community, and then everyone else is an extra. You don't really have that, this, Wedding did a great job of, like, we have, like, Kamala's mom and dad, and we also have the like, head guy of the mosque, what's that called?
Imam.
But yeah, we, like, those 3 are, like, the big ones. Then we also have, I would say pretty, big as well, her actual brother and the girl he's marrying. And then you have their parents. Yeah. And then we have, like, the kid, and we, see some of their extended family. We have Bruno there, we have Nakia there, and the rest of her, friends there. Yeah. Like, there's so many characters that we, like, know, and you don't even know them that much or anything like that, but just, you can tell the, like, relations that, the characters have and stuff like that.
Yeah, and there's a, like, semi-consistency that makes it all bigger. Like, there are aunties at the wedding, but they're not the aunties that were also at the, event. Yeah. Like, there might have been 1 or 2 of the same, like, same ones, but it is a, like, it's not that everyone who is at one celebration then immediately moves to the next celebration and the next one. There's always this, like, it just feels big.
And, I mean, the wedding has all of, his fiancé side of the family, too, who's all, like, new to all these customs and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. Like, you even have the bit after the fire alarm where they go out, and there's another couple that was also getting married just for a bit. Like, just, it feels so big. Yeah. Oh. Like, that's also, I think, what, helps sell the, like, movie-like vibe of it.
Like, yeah, the dance thing, I love that it's like, okay, we have, like, the mom and dad out there dancing and stuff like that, and then we have Kamala dancing, we got the kid dancing, we get the brother to come out there, then he brings out the fiance, then they bring out, like, Bruno, like, go, and they bring out, the fiance's parents as well, and it was like, oh, you guys try this too. Like,
or, like, one detail that I really liked was, because I've seen this before, is the, it is Bruno tries to bring up the, the fiance, the wife now first, and she, like, clearly, she was, she didn't, like, practice or anything. She was like, no, he, lets it go. And then they bring up the husband, and that's clearly, like, a beat of, ha, he's gonna be funny, because he also didn't practice, of course. And then goes up, and it's like, no, I have practiced. Yeah. And she gets the big reaction, then she goes up herself, and is like, okay, you show me what to do, let's do this. It's so good, it's so natural. They use the shitty speakers that every reception hall like this has. Like, the song is good, but the song is also being played, like, it's classic.
That tinniness to it. Yeah. I will never get old of that thing of, like, the, oh, no, I can't, and suddenly the bells dance. Oh, I love it. Just so many good conversations this episode about, like, morals and family and community, like, you know.
Yeah.
Not much to say about it again, but just a whole, like, there was like 4 or 5 different ones that were all fantastic. Like, even just the scene with, like, you know, Bruno and the dad in the store.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't, like, a very emotional scene or anything like that, but it was just, like, a very nice scene to have, like, the dad and Bruno having this, like, getting information that way.
Yeah, and it's like, it's community on a micro scale. It is these people do like each other. If they met on the street, or if they met in, you know, in the bodega or whatnot, they'd be fun, they'd be pals. Yeah. And it also, like, it really, like, the theme of the episode helps reinforce why our villains are villainous. Because it is constantly this, like, you know, even if you don't have anything, if you, like, you know, band together with even just the people you know, you can still be positive, you can still have a good life. Like, they don't want to integrate, but also, they could just be by themselves and still be chill.
Yeah.
It is that specific, like, no, we specifically need to go back, even if I have to blow up this whole city.
Yeah.
Fuck this place, we're getting out.
Also, like, the fact that, like, you know, we have damage control here as our, like, secondary and, like, background antagonists sort of thing. As, like, even the way more scary antagonists. Like, I mean, they come in and just, like, shut down all the djinns, like, that fast.
It is this, like, oh my god, they're so strong, how's Kamala getting out of this? And then a bunch of dudes with guns show up, and it's like, oh, right.
Yeah.
They're not that dangerous.
Immediately shooting at everybody.
Oh, yeah.
No, like, not even a semblance of, alright, let's see who's in front. Just instantly start shoots.
Seriously.
My god. Yeah, unsurprising. But we also have the, like, you know, oh, they want to pin, you know, Nightlight as the, like, bad Muslim, and then have us have the whole, like, good Muslims versus bad Muslims self-surveillance sort of situation and everything like that, which is kind of what we're doing with the djinns as well.
Yeah.
Like, but I imagine it's not going to just be a, like, we just gotta beat them up or turn them in and some of that. It's going to be a more, like, Talk no Jutsu situation. We're going to have to, like, you know, hopefully it can end that way. But yeah, at least they did not go in and actually start murder. That was their plan, assumingly. But, like, the fact that, like, they did just, like, punch some people out and stuff of that is better than murdering them straight up. Especially because the MCU is getting very comfortable with murder now.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I think that's it. Get ready for the fucking train.
Yeah, going to India.
Yeah.
Pakistan, we're gonna go. Whether it is a magic train or a literal, like, that is a memory train and now you gotta come physically.
Maybe, yeah.
Because that was my immediate interpretation, but I'm down for a magic train. Especially if we're doing, like, dimension stuff and whatnot.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm sticking with magic train. I do love that, like, you know, this is Jin powers and we're doing Jin stuff. Like, that's awesome. Super cool. Fucking love it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. We'll see you guys for the next one. Until then, get the fuck out of here.